we've had a guest on before, Nancy Duarte, Sean, and Nancy's specialty is in presentations.
Okay.
And so almost as an actor, she has a very specific skill. And as she got better and better at it, she found that it was difficult to scale her business. So she created an entire training division to go out and train companies how to create those kind of presentations. So as I was reading through your story, that's immediately what hit me. And I was curious if it was a conscious effort on your part, if you saw yourself as an actor and a narrator with a little bit of a difficulty to scale your business. So you started to fan out into training as a way to be able to grow. Effectively you decided what your essence was, and you found a way to grow it by training other people how to find it. Is that a conscious thought for you?
Oh, absolutely. As they say, you're not in business to grow smaller. And so the trick, of course, is that what I sell is me, my person, my talent, my experience. And, you can replicate that in videos or in print or whatever. But by and large, it's one-on-one. It's either, a live performance at the theater or a class or whatever. So the idea was to, what fields can I go into given the knowledge I have? And so I made the decision to go into these kinds of classes. I don't teach acting. I teach the business of acting, which is a very particular niche. And it was partly because very few people do that in our industry. And I felt it was important to give back something to the young actors coming in behind me. And to my surprise, and it's been really nice, is that my classes fill up not only with young actors, but actors across the spectrum. I just taught a class on networking in Washington, D.C. last week, and I had actors ranging from 21 to 61, in the class. So it's information that actors really do need.
As a marketing segment, actors don't have a whole heck of a lot of money, Sean. You've kind of picked you could have. It's like when people say that they love to make businesses for bands. I'm always like, well, bands have no money. Why would you pick them as a buying? I mean, how's that working out for you? I mean, how do you decide that this is the market segment? I mean, besides these are the talents you have clearly, how did you decide? I think I can make a living off this.
Well, it's funny. Sean Pratt Presents is sort of a second job. My main source of income has become audiobooks over the years. I started 16 years ago. When I first got down to Washington, D.C., I'd come down here to be with my now wife of 13 years, Shannon Parks, and I thought I had a whole bunch of theater work waiting for me when I got here, and it all fell through. And so I had to pick up my hammer and paintbrush. I was a carpenter. That was my day job when I first started my career. And so I'm racking my brain trying to think of what can I do. I don't want to stay a carpenter. I wanted to move on and grow my business. And I remember a conversation I had with an actor when I'd been down in D.C. doing a play at the Shakespeare Theater in 1994, who had this man, David Hilder. He was an audiobook narrator. So I called him. He introduced me to Grover Gardner, who's a big-time narrator and producer. And I cajoled, bullied, charmed, whatever you want to call it, my way into meeting Grover. We cut a demo, and I was off and running, and that was 16 years and 640 books later.